As we get this open, this one here is nearly full. So we'll just set that one to the side for a moment. We're going to look in here and see what else we got. I took the top super off. If you look, this one here is a super I put on there too long ago. I should go in here and look and see what we got for honey in here also. This is where I added a super, a whole set of boxes just a couple of weeks ago. As you can see, this one here is probably, it's pretty full of honey, but they're not done drying this. You can see the smaller bees are working on the drying process, and so that is not ready to extract yet. But it's getting close. There's a lot of honey in here. We can look at this one. This one's kind of the same way. See how but it's not capped yet. This side here, they got pretty well done. So in a couple of weeks, this whole super probably will be ready to extract. But right now, I'm just going to leave it sit for right now. We're going to look at this next super down here. This is the hive that made it through the winter, but it has been extracted. And as you can see, this one here, there's a lot of honey in here, but also you can see here on the bottom, there is a bunch of, they say that is normally drones, so we just go ahead and take those off there so they don't, here they're starting a queen cell, right here. It's not built out yet. There's a couple of drone cells, these with the big bubbles on them here. So some of this is getting down into the eggs. This one here is mostly honey here. Some of it isn't full yet. Right in the center here you can see a drone. See this big guy right here? Otherwise these are worker bees, mostly females. This one here's got a lot of brood in it too. As you can see, once again, the flat cap cells, these are honey here. This would be brood down in here. These higher ones, here you can see somebody working in there probably feeding the larvae. Right in here, if you can get a picture right here, see how they actually, these weren't pushed together tight, and see how then they take and actually fasten the boards together. Now this one here has a lot of honey in it. It's really heavy. And you can see a lot of this is capped. But that isn't ready to go yet. We're pretty high up in the hive yet, so I doubt that we'll see a queen up here. Although there is brood, so that means she has been up here. This one here, you can see this one here is pretty much honey. This side here hasn't had wax built on it yet. It's the young bee's job. And some of this, I did take some honey out of this once before, so they are just have to build the hive out. Slide these together. They're getting a little upset with me being in here. We are not going to take any honey out of this one today. Like I said, this is the hive that made it through the winter. We split it, plus it swarmed twice, so we've actually gotten 4 hives out of it. I'm going to take one more box out and we'll see if we can see down to the brood. As you can see, they glue everything together. Now they're getting a little bit riled. I don't have the smoke out here. I'd say that's probably about 40 pounds, that box. Right there. Now we're getting down into here. We're going to have some honey and we're going to have some brood. And like I said, everything is glued together. Here you can see they're building this all into honey. That's all uncapped. You can see the amount of bees that are there. And on this side they haven't started building wax out. Here where they are built the wax out, there's a little bit caps here in the middle. Here's another one. A lot of honey in there, but it's not capped yet, so we will not draw any off from there. We'll leave two set down, and then it's easier to get at these. Now this is a fairly active hive, so it's going to have a lot of brood. Must have a really good queen in it. This is all brood here. As you can see, they're capped. There's one right down here. You can see the larvae through there. Now these are what they call queen cells. Now there's none of them are capped, so it means they haven't actually put any, but these here are the queen cells. If they put an egg in there and feed it royal jelly, it will end up being a queen. Now if we were really lucky, we could pick the queen out of this bunch, but it's really hard to say. There's a drone. You can see the large drone right there in the middle, right here. Bees around her, similar to what there is on the end here, but I don't see any queen in there. They're just taking care of the brood. And some of this, when we split this, I did put some new frames in here too, so this isn't all. Now this one here, you can see you can see the little larvae down in there that they're feeding, down in the bottoms. They haven't capped them yet. See, the worker bees are busy taking care of them. They're, for the amount of rattling around here we're doing here, they really aren't bothering us that much. This one here, once again, has a lot of brood on it. You can see a little honey around the outside edges here. That's pretty typical when you get down into what we call the brood boxes. You can see right here they're busy feeding the brood. You can just see the butt sticking out. They're down in there feeding. This one here might have honey on it. We'll try one more. This one here is pretty heavy with honey, but as we can see, once again, this one is not capped, so we will just leave this one in there. This has been a very active hive. Okay, I'm going to try taking off one more box here. This here, all this build out, we will scrape that off. All they do to that is glue everything together. And I've been told, I don't know if this is a fact, but they said that most of this on the ends is always drones. So if we do away with a few larvae, it's not a big deal. Now we will try to get a couple frames out here, and it looks like they've got these glued in extremely well. I don't know if I've had this part here of the hive apart since last winter, so. I should have my regular hive tool, but it seemed to run away. Well, that one, that appears like it's got a mixture of honey and brood on it. Once again, here's an extreme. They always say that on the built out on the bottoms is the swarm cell, so we'll set that one to the side. We're going to go in here probably about 3 frames, and then we'll get out of here and leave them alone. Wow, look at the brood in there. She's laying about up to 2,000 eggs a day. So that makes for a lot of brood. I said we were going to take out 2 more, and I think we're going to quit right now. We'll just knock them off there, set it on there, and put the cover on quick. There we go.